Capital One's new cash rewards card gives you a 50% annual bonus, so you earn 50% more cash. If you're not satisfied with 50% more cash, send it back. I'll be right here waiting for it. Who wouldn't want more cash? I'll take it. I'll make it rain up in here.
The new Capital One Cash Rewards Card. The card for people who want 50% more cash.
What's in your wallet? Sorry, I'll clean this up. Shouldn't have made it rain.
Welcome, everyone. What we're going to look at today is looking at the area of credit cards. So in this lesson, what we're going to do is look at what a credit card is, why credit cards are important, and what you can do to avoid credit card traps. So in this lesson, first off, I'd like to start out with a couple of interesting numbers. So last year, the average American had an average balance of $7,122 in credit card debt alone, and the total credit card debt in America is over $850 billion. So there is a lot of credit card debt, and a lot of the problems comes back to people being uneducated about what a credit card is. So this is where we'll start. A credit card is a card that a bank will lend you to allow you to make purchases on the bank's money. And what happens is after you purchase your item, then you owe the bank that remaining balance. So why are credit cards used? A lot of times they're used for establishing credit, emergencies, sometimes they're used for big ticket items, safer than cash, and most importantly, nowadays, it's a good way to protect you from fraud on the internet. There's two types of credit cards. A lot of people mix this up. So what we're going to be focusing on is the traditional revolving credit card, and we'll go over that a little bit. So you can see on here that a couple of parts of that credit card, and a charge card. The main difference between a credit card and a charge card is a credit card you have to pay a balance, a minimum balance per month, where in a charge card you have to pay in full every month. So the reason why credit card companies are so profitable is because they want you to pay the least amount of money to get their interest. And we talked about what interest is. Interest is the cost of borrowing money. Remember, you're borrowing money, so every time you borrow money, you have to pay interest. So when you look for a credit card, remember that you want to have a credit card with the lowest annual percentage rate, or APR. So a couple things that you need to look at. You need to look at a bank that will give you the best credit card for your specific situation. A lot of times people buy certain credit cards because of where they are in life. So you want to look at Bank of America, you can look at Capital One. Here is the biggest reasoning with credit cards. Credit cards are so profitable because a lot of people fall into credit card traps. So be careful about different credit cards. They all have their quote-unquote special offers. Here are some of the credit card traps that people fall into. The first one that we're going to look at is an introductory rate. And an introductory rate is an interest rate that begins when you first open the card, but it quickly vanishes because of a higher interest rate later on. So be careful. Usually your interest rate skyrockets after the intro APR rate. The other major hidden fee that a lot of people forget is paying the minimum payment. This is a way that credit card companies try to always have a balance on your account. It's a way a credit card company always gets you to owe some sort of payment. If you do not know what the minimum payment is, it can take you years to pay off, and it can cost you thousands of dollars. An annual fee is another thing that a lot of companies are trying to do now. An annual fee looks at charging you every year to own a card. It can get very expensive. The one that you see here has a 0% intro annual fee, and then after that, you are charged $95 a year. So after 10 years, you owe almost $1,000. Other fees that you might see on credit cards, you might see a foreign transaction fee, which is when you use a credit card in another country. You might be subject to a balance transfer fee, which is moving money from one credit card to another. You will get charged with that. And a cash advance, using a credit card to take cash out of an ATM. One important thing is to never do this because of the annual percentage rate is much higher than just buying money. Okay?
All right, now that you know a little bit about credit cards, here's what I'd like you to do. Your assignment is to use the credit card calculator to see how much the true cost of paying the minimum will actually cost you. So the first thing that you need to do is log to bankrate.com. Once you're on Bankrate, the website like this up on the screen should show, and I'd like you to click on the link where it says credit cards. So once you click on the credit card link, you'll see that bankrate.com is a financial website for comprehensive financial information for any type of thing that you may have using personal finance. So once you're on the credit card area, I'd like you to scroll down. You'll see that it gives you all credit card information, like what the best card of the month is, any cards with the best airlines, with the rewards cards, credit card question and answers. But what I would like you to do is to find where it says credit card calculators and click on the true cost of paying minimum. So we talked about before that paying the minimum will cost you thousands of dollars in interest. So what you're going to do is look online for a week vacation someplace that you have an interest in, whether it is Hawaii, California, anywhere that you literally have to travel to. So I would like you to find how much it's going to cost you for a week of vacation with the flight, hotel, and 3 activities. So let's say that it costs you a grand total of $5,000. What you can do is type that $5,000 balance into the credit card calculator. We're pretending that we're paying everything with a credit card. Find what your credit card that you're going to use. So let's say my credit card that I'm going to use is 22% interest. So if I wanted to just pay the minimum, it would cost me $141.67. So if I click calculate, it will tell you how much money in interest it's going to cost you to pay the minimum, and more importantly, how long that's going to take to pay off. So once I hit calculate, it says it's going to take me 281 months to get rid of your debt. Well, let's put that in years, so just divide it by 12, and it's going to take around 23 years to pay off. Here's how it works. The first month, your minimum payment is $141.67. $91.67 goes into interest, and the principal is only $50. So you're giving the bank $91.67.